Welcome back to BYU Sports Nation. We are live in Studio B. This is your day-to-day BYU Sports play-by-play. I am Spencer Linton alongside Dave McCann. And as promised, we're so pleased to have one of the BYU basketball greats, an NBA veteran, Travis Hansen, an international star. Can I introduce you as that as well? You had a fantastic international basketball career after your NBA career.
You can introduce me however you'd like. I'm just happy to be here.
What's it like being a beloved former Cougar? I mean, there's a lot of former Cougars that come into the Marriott Center, but there's guys like, there's Danny Ainge, there's you, there's Jimmer, and some of the other guys where you come in and everyone's like, it's Travis Hansen. Man, was he a this or that. What's it like being that?
Is that what it's like? I don't know. I didn't know we're beloved.
Yeah, you're beloved.'re in that group. What do you say?
Absolutely. You had a 40-inch vertical or whatever it was, Travis.
I'm very grateful for the opportunities I had to play here. It's just you look back, time went by so fast, but when I think about it, it's one of the most special times of life. So I don't know. I love BYU Nation. I love being a part of the BYU family. I look at Danny and Jimmer as my heroes too, and the seasons and the years they've had and the careers they've had. So if I'm part of that group, that's a dang good group to be a part of.
You're part of that group. BYU
loses another heartbreaker. I mean, just the Gonzaga and St. Mary's scenarios both sting for sure. We've been asking everyone, you know, which one stings more. So for you as a BYU fan, having watched both those games play out, if you had to pick one that stings a little bit more than the other, which way are you leaning on that conversation?
They both sting. but they were both awesome at the same time, because in the St. Mary's game, I thought the way we were going, we couldn't score. We weren't being aggressive. The refs were letting them really come and be physical with us in the perimeter, and we just couldn't get any paint touches. So I thought, we're lucky if we don't get beat by 15, 20.
Right.
And the guys battled. And with 3 guys out and the young and inexperienced we have, and I mean, they played awesome. It was amazing that they even came as close as they did. And of course, St. Mary's, once Matthew Dellavedova hit that game winner, now they think everyone can hit a game winner in the Marriott Center. Yeah. It unleashed that confidence, and that was hard to watch. But that kid's a freshman. That was a big-time shot for him. So Gonzaga probably hurt more because I think that was more of a winnable game. St. Mary's was surprisingly that we were that close, and I credit the guys. They should not have even been in that game, and they did.
Did you have, we're looking over your career here, did you have any buzzer beaters where you were on the short end?
Ooh, on the short end?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
There were some 3-point losses, some 4-point losses, and especially your second year when it went 18 and 12. Right. The team had some ups and downs, but I didn't see anywhere you were just like, oh, that guy hit a shot and our night was ruined. Moment.
No, that was more in the pros. But I don't remember any in college. No, I don't think so. I hope not.
Yeah, you brought up the half-court shot you hit, right?
Yeah, I hit one. Yeah. It looked like a baseball throw, and somehow it went in. But it went in.
It all counts the same. But the bigger picture conversation I think is during that 18 and 12 campaign, you were undefeated at home in that season, and then 1-11 on the road. Certainly, you went through some tough losses. So having gone through that, you know, the emotional ups and downs of something like that, what advice can you offer up to this team to help them kind of find what they have left in the tank emotionally?
They're great. I mean, it's all about progression and getting better every day, and lots of the players have gotten so much better throughout the season. They dealt with injuries and different things, but it's the culture, it's the experience, it's the leadership, it's sometimes, you know, building a team is a lot more art than science. And it takes a personality with some really good leaders, with really good strategy from the coach's side, and some luck to have one of those really, really good special seasons. And so this is a typical where you have a young squad and you have quite a few kids from the transfer portal come in. And it's worked at times and hasn't worked at other times. And that's, I think we expected it to work less than it has. And surprisingly, Coach Pope is really, really good. You guys, like Coach Pope is probably one of the top coaches in the nation and one of the top human beings in the nation. And then his staff is awesome. So I credit them. With what they have, what they're able to performance-wise get out of this squad year after year, or the squads they've had, has been remarkable. So I think they've overachieved from where they're at.
Really? They've got, what, most of their losses are less than 5 points on average.
Yeah, I mean, 9 of the 10 losses this season, all single digits.
Single digits. They play defense unlike previous teams. Maybe that's what's kept them in the games and given them a chance. Certainly they played D on Saturday, rebounded, took care of the ball a little bit, and all of a sudden they had a chance against St. Mary's. But defense travels, right? Where you can pack your defense and take it on the road. Steve Fisher used to always say that. And then defense will be the key in the Big 12, won't it? While these other pieces are trying to come together.
There's a lot of keys in the Big 12. Yeah, physicality. I mean, you got to have the body and physical attributes. And the Big 12's different. They're bigger, stronger, more athletic. Skill-wise, and then definitely they're going to have some different strategies in order to compete. And defensively is going to be big for them. Defense and rebounding will be huge. So we got to go get some bigger kids.
Okay.
The best squads I've ever been a part of had really good post players. At least one where on the road, wherever you're at, crucial minutes, the guards can't score, the refs are letting them be really physical with you off screens, where you just got to throw it in the post and you got to have someone please be able to back to the basket, aka Drew Timme, get a bucket. And BYU needs that. We need that really, really bad. And Foose is close. He's young. He's a little bit undersized, and he had some injuries at the beginning of the season, but he's close. He's one of those guys that could be that for us. We need another one. And then on the wings, perimeters, we got to get a little bit longer, a little bit more athletic, and then just stick to our culture. And the first few years, I think it'll be a little shock going in the Big 12. Every game will be Gonzaga, so we'll see how we adapt. But after a year or two, you just get used to playing, Baylor and Kansas every night, and the kids will adapt. I think Cougar Nation will be surprised how well we do after the first few years.
Former BYU star and NBA veteran Travis Hansen is with us on BYU Sports Nation. You may have just answered my question, because I was going to say, at the top of the list, what would you have as the one thing that BYU is missing right now that's going to help them the most next year? And maybe it's size, an experienced big man in the post?
Absolutely, yeah. In order to consistently win, you got to get paint touches. And so you got to have some guards that are really shifting, getting the paint no matter who's guarding them, what defense they run at them, whether they trap or whatever. Double team, triangle and 2, box and 1.
Yeah, in this offense especially, in Mark Pope's offense, you got to have that.
Yep, you got to have that. And that's just hard, consistently defined. It's easier to find typically a big post. And if we can get some post play, some really good guys that can score back to the basket with some perimeters, it's hard to beat those teams.
Let's talk about Dallin Hall, and he's the point guard moving forward, and he'll be in his prime when Colin Chandler gets back from his mission, but he's not in his prime right now. He just had the best offensive night of his career, but his free throw shooting has been tough all season long. When you've got a young player trying to do all these different things, including running the offense and taking care of the ball, then having to score to keep your team in the game, and then having the free throw line be your nemesis, how do you find a happy place with all that going on?
I'm in my happy place with Dallin Hall. Dallin is a hooper. He's really, really good. To come off your mission as a freshman, and I think he's a little bit more rigid than he was at Fremont in high school, but he's a little bit more stiff. But that loosens up, and I could never have played as well as he's played straight off my mission. So I'm super impressed. His leadership, his skill, his IQ, his ability to play with his teammates and be a great teammate. I mean, sky's the limit for him. We're really, really lucky we have him this year, because we would have had a rough year without him.
And he's a good enough shooter, but by the time he's done, 80%, 88% type free throw shooter, the point guard is typically the best free throw shooter on the team. That seems to be the one area that's maybe got the most mission rest.
Yeah, I don't see any flaws in his shot. I think his shot foundationally looks good. I think he just needs to add a little bit more arch, get a 45-degree angle on there, and it's just flat. Sometimes mentally you're exhausted. You haven't got those reps in at the free throw line. I'm in New York playing against the Knicks, and Allen Houston comes up to me, and I'm at the free throw line. And he says, "What do you think about when you shoot the free throw?" I'm like, "I don't know, back of the rim." I'd never really thought, like, front of the rim, back of the rim, one of those, And he says, "You're not supposed to think about anything when you shoot." I said, "Nothing?" He said, "No, it's supposed to be so consistent, so repetitious, that you get up and you just don't think about anything. You're the zen." I'm like, so I think Dallin is just not that zen yet.
Okay.
He'll get there for sure. If his one weakness is free throws, we're sitting really well, because that's something he can improve pretty quickly.
That's a great story. Allen Houston, I mean, we're talking about an all-time shooter.
he could play.
That dude, special player.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 78% my free throws, and then throughout the rest of my career is like 80, 88.
Because you stopped thinking.
Yeah,
Found your zen, Travis.
So I found that zen. Alan, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Namaste.
That's some early BYU Sports Nation karma.
That's
From
absolutely
Alan
right.
Houston in New York.
Travis, we'll finish with this. BYU, understandably in a tough place emotionally right now, given the tough losses on the road to Santa Clara and San Francisco, and then you come home and you battle and lose just a heartbreaker to your longtime rival in St. Mary's. And now here comes LMU, who just beat Gonzaga in Spokane. They're in third place. They're coming to the Marriott Center, riding a wave of confidence. If you're in that locker room talking to the BYU guys, what are you saying? You're added to the staff. What's your message to the team to get them right for Thursday and a really good LMU team?
Added to the best locker room in America staff. Added to the, oh man, I'd be excited. I would dive into film. You know, margin of error, and you know, today's game is just so small, and it's the loose balls, it's the 50-50 balls, it's the free throws, it's the little things. So the fact that we're in the games is the best message ever. You're in the games, you're competing defensively, offensively, whatever it is that's getting us there. And so I would just dive into the film and let these guys see the mistakes they're making and some of the opportunities they've missed and some of the reads they're missing. There's just a few reads coming off the screen. This guy was open, you didn't see it, the window was there, but it closed too fast. That they can adapt and adjust and put them in their team and themselves in a position to close out games a little bit better. They're super close, but I would definitely make my way into the film room and get ready for LMU.
You're always welcome to be an analyst on BYU TV.
Thank
you know
you.
that, right?
Thank you.
Like there can be a zen here for you as well.
Thank you.
In the actual game, you can come down from your seat and just sit right with me and Blaine and Spencer on the sideline and just lay it out, whatever you want.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us on BYU Sports Nation. At this point, we're all hoping for the NIT. I think that's an attainable goal. Yeah,
I'm just excited. BYU, you should be excited. Pope in the house, Big 12 coming up. Ride this season out, and let's get excited for next.
Thanks for hanging out, Travis.
Thank you, guys.
If you've missed any of our BYU TV Sports interviews, shows, or games, you just want to watch them again, go to BYUSN.com. I think you can find some vintage Travis Hansen on that as well.
Sure.
BYUSN.com or download the BYU TV app and get all the BYU TV Sports content on demand.